Greetings, friends. Ever paused to consider how some individuals journey through so many years and not merely exist but thrive, joyfully, serenely, and with purpose? In our world, often frenetic, where weariness can set in well before middle age, there exist those who surpass a century, greeting each dawn with a clear mind and a serene smile. What is it they possess that perhaps we overlook? That's the essence. Ikigai. Ikigai, a term from Japan, yet its depth transcends mere definition. It embodies a sentiment, a vital energy, a reason, if you will, for being. When each day is imbued with purpose, when one understands their very reason for existence, the mind, physique, and spirit align in harmonious accord. Picture a morning where you awaken without the jarring call of an alarm, simply buoyed by the anticipation of the day ahead. Knowing that today extends beyond obligations to others, it's also a chapter in your personal evolution. No burden of stress, no shadow of apprehension, just a profound sense of inner tranquility and fervent passion. This is the enchantment of Ikigai. On the tranquil isle of Okinawa, nestled within Japan, one discovers the globe's highest concentration of centenarians, souls who've gracefully exceeded 100 years. They eschew gyms, they disregard rigid dietary systems. Yet their lives are protracted, contented, owing to their discovery of Ikigai, that singular motive that stirs them from slumber each moo. Ikigai, it isn't just some success formula, you see. It's a philosophy, a way of life, really, that suggests true satisfaction isn't found in mere money or fleeting fame, but in the act of doing work that soothes your very soul, contributes to the world around you, and connects you so deeply with yourself. In this video, we'll uncover that profound secret, the one that quietly hides in our everyday lives. But if we manage to grasp it, life doesn't just move forward, it blossoms. So, let's begin this journey that will take you to your very own Ikigai. Are you ready to see life from a brand new perspective? Chapter 1. Ikigai, the art of keeping your youth alive into old age. Have you ever observed a gentleman, perhaps 90 years of age, who rises each morning with purpose, eager to tend to his garden? He lends a hand to others, and carries himself with the very same smile as a child. No complaints, mind you. No sense of fatigue. Just a profound desire to embrace each day with unwavering passion. It's as if time itself has paused for them. Now, let us compare that to a younger fellow, say 30 years of age, who awakens on a Monday morning already feeling utterly drained. Life weighs heavily upon him, and each evening he finds himself questioning, why am I doing all of this? Both are, of course, alive, but are they both truly living? This, my friends, is where Ikigai begins. It's that subtle sensation, like the quiet ticking of a clock. Yet once you perceive it, it holds the power to alter the very course of your existence. Ikigai, you see, is not merely a goal to be achieved. It's the very reason that draws you from your slumber each morning, something that elevates you above the din of the world and guides you directly to your inner voice. Envision, if you will, being upon an island, free from deadlines, absent of societal pressures, and yet feeling motivated, inspired, fulfilled each and every day. All because you know what you're doing springs forth from the deepest part of your heart. In Okinawa, there exist people who live beyond a century. A 102-year-old woman still rides her bicycle to the local market each morn. A 66-year-old man still digs in the garden with his friends, his hands covered in soil. When asked how they remain so active, they answer, because I have a reason to live. My Ikigai. Once, there was a young man who left his corporate job and moved to the mountains. People thought him quite mad, but every morning, he captured the sunrise with his camera and taught photography to children. He needed not a fancy car or a big title. His smile had a glow that you see only in one out of millions. He was living with his Ikigai. Most of us are merely going through life. We drag ourselves through weekdays, waiting for weekends. We try to bury the Monday blues with Friday night parties. But inside, everything feels empty. Sometimes, Ikigai is something small, feeding a stray dog, helping an elderly neighbor, fixing a broken thing with your own hands. But when done with heart, these small acts give your life a direction no big achievement ever can. Now, you may find yourself pondering, does everyone possess an Ikigai? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. The sole distinction lies in the fact that some have already discovered it, whilst others are still seeking it amidst the throng. Ikigai is akin to a candle that flickers in the darkness. Initially, its light appears faint, almost imperceptible. Yet, slowly, inexorably, it illuminates your path, and, indeed, the darkness that resides within you. When you engage in work that you genuinely adore, age merely becomes a number. That is precisely why those who unearth their Ikigai never truly retire. For them, life knows no end, because each day feels like a fresh Genesis. So, contemplate this. Have you, perchance, found your Ikigai? Perhaps the answer is negative at this juncture. However, if you commence your search for it today, one day you shall awaken, not to the strident clamor of an alarm clock, but to your innermost passion. And from that day hence, your true life shall commence. Chapter 2. Anti-Aging Secrets. The little things that make life longer and happier. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to grow more radiant with age? As their hair turns white, their faces begin to glow in a unique way. The very wrinkles that, for others, signal old age become symbols of wisdom for them. But how, you might ask? Do they have some magical treatment, some special tonic perhaps, or an expensive doctor? No. What they have are daily habits and rituals that keep them youthful from the inside out. This is the secret of anti-aging that doesn't just preserve the body, but keeps the soul alive. In the streets of Okinawa, as the first morning light appears, the elders sweep their yards. They're not exercising, yet their bodies are active. There's no gym culture there, yet every daily movement is mindful. Now, think about our lives. We wake up to a phone screen, sit on an office chair, drive a car, and then collapse onto the bed at night. Modern life gives us physical comfort, but makes both our bodies and brains sluggish. But the people there do something every day that fills them with inner energy. Gardening, cooking, dancing, tea ceremonies, and most importantly, connecting with others. Their hearts are never lonely. There's connection and a lot they can save. Once, a centenarian, a man of 100 years, was asked the secret to his enduring vitality. He simply smiled and said, "Because I laugh every single day and endeavor to bring laughter to others as well." And within this simple answer lies a profound truth. Joy, you see, is healing. When you spread positivity around you, it rejuvenates your very cells. Laughter, friendship, gratitude, and gentle physical activities. These elements supercharge your immune system. Then comes the matter of food. The people of Okinawa follow a guiding principle, hara hachi bu. That is, fill your stomach to only 80%. No greed to overstuff themselves. No succumbed to random cravings. They eat only what they need. And their food is natural, low in oil, rich in vegetables, seasonal fruits, fermented foods, and, most importantly, green tea. And they never eat alone. Meals are rituals where families gather together converse and share love with every bite. Imagine, if you will, if we transformed every meal into a mindful moment, how differently our bodies would react. They have also embraced something beautiful: slow living, less rushing, more awareness. They do not chase every tick of the clock or every notification. Whether washing clothes or cutting vegetables, they treat every act as art. And this approach calms not just their heartbeat, but their entire being. So, the question arises, doesn't it? Can we do this too? I mean, we're modern folk with our gadgets and deadlines, but do we possess that inner calmness? If the answer is no, well, it doesn't mean it's too late. Not at all. In fact, now is the perfect time to slow down, reconnect with your very being, your breath, and those you hold dear. Anti-aging, you see, isn't some expensive routine. It's a mindset. A mindset that says, I won't punish my body. I shall nurture it. And this is the second lesson of Ikigai. If you desire to make your life longer, make it lighter, happier, and above all, meaningful. So, the next time you wake up, ask yourself, can I do something good today for my body, my mind, and my soul? Maybe, just maybe, that's where the real journey to a long and happy life begins. Chapter 3, From Logotherapy to Ikigai, How Knowing Your Purpose Leads to a Longer, Better Life. Have you ever wondered what the greatest pain in life is? It's not hunger, you know. It's not illness. Not at all. It's not even loneliness. No, the greatest pain is living a life without purpose. A life where you have everything: money, possessions, relationships, yet something still feels missing. An emptiness that greets you every morning as soon as you open your eyes, whispering ever so softly, why? Are you alive? Many people spend their entire lives carrying this very question. But some, they find the answer. The answer that gives every pain a direction. The answer we call Ikigai. But the path to finding this answer isn't easy, mind you. Sometimes it passes through fire. And at this turning point comes an idea, a concept, called logotherapy. Logotherapy means healing through meaning. When life brings you pain, don't run from it. Instead, ask, what is its purpose? See, the day you truly understand the meaning behind your pain, that pain, it stops being a curse and it becomes your teacher. Here's a true story now. A man lost his entire family in a concentration camp. Every single day, he faced hunger, freezing cold, and death all around him. But he didn't give up. Every morning, he asked himself, can I help even one person today? And that one small purpose kept his life's flame burning. Now think, if such immense suffering could be endured with a sense of purpose, can't we also turn our daily struggles, stress, and challenges into something meaningful? That's the beauty of Ikigai. It pulls you right out of your inner emptiness. When you know why you wake up, why you work, why you smile, everything in life gains depth. A little boy picks a flower every day on his way home from school and gives it to his grandmother. The act may seem small, but the purpose behind it is huge. Love, joy, connection. This is Ikigai. No grand theory, mind you. It's the very thread, isn't it, that weaves together your work, your happiness, and your purpose. Like a potter shaping clay day after day. The same wheel ever spinning, the same routine without fail. But within him lies a profound meaning, the sheer joy of creating something new. He gets tired, of course, but he doesn't break, because he knows deep down, he's not just making simple pots. He's creating comfort, you see, for someone's home. In today's world, many people see their work as a mere burden, but those who find true meaning in it turn their job into worship, almost. Their career, in turn, becomes their calling. Ikigai doesn't just ask, "What is it you do?" It asks instead, "Why is it you do it?" So, allow me to ask you this. If you gave up absolutely everything today, is there a certain work you would still want to do with all your heart and soul? The work you do even without money? That's your first step, you see, toward your Ikigai. Perhaps you don't have the answer right now. I understand. But this question won't let you truly rest until you do. That's its power, you see. As long as you're alive, keep chasing that answer. Because the day you finally find it, life won't just be about surviving. It will become truly worth living. Chapter 4. Find flow in everything you do. How work and leisure can become pathways to growth. Have you ever experienced a moment when time seemed to simply stop? You weren't hungry. You weren't thirsty. It was just you and your work. No distractions. No awareness of what's happening around you. Your body, mind, and soul, all fully immersed in one task. This is called flow. Flow is that magical state where a person operates at their highest capacity, where creativity, focus, and peace blend perfectly. And indeed, this is where Ikigai blossoms. But sadly, in today's world, people see work as, well, a punishment. They simply want it to be over. They live, quite simply, for Fridays. This mindset disconnects us from our inner artist, creator, and dreamer. But flow is a door inside every human being. Writer loses himself in words. A painter melts time with a brush. A chef arranges flavors, well, like a symphony. Even a construction worker, carefully laying one brick after another, can experience flow. This doesn't mean flow only happens in big, glamorous tasks. It happens anywhere, where your mind and hands work together, without fear, without comparison, without distraction. So, how do you find flow? First, pick something you can lose yourself in. Not something you do to impress others, but something that calms your soul. Then, step slightly outside your comfort zone. The task should be neither too easy nor too difficult, just challenging enough to pull you in completely. Once, there was a boy who practiced the guitar every single day. Hours passed as he played the same tune over and over, but he never got bored. When asked if he ever felt tired, he said, "When I play, I don't even exist. Only the music exists." This is flow. When you're in flow, time itself serves you. Hours slip by without notice, and when you emerge from it, you don't feel drained. You feel fulfilled. Now, the world we live in today, it tells us to multitask, doesn't it? To move faster and seek instant results. But flow, you see, flow teaches us to slow right down, to go deeper, and to live every single moment fully. Just look at Okinawa's elders. When they plant flowers in their garden, they're not merely gardening, are they? No, they're in flow. When they prepare tea, noticing every aroma and every movement of their hands, it's as meditative as prayer. Flow resets your very brain. It showers your body with dopamine and endorphins. And, most importantly, it makes you feel truly alive. So whatever you do, be it reading, writing, cooking, walking, singing, even playing with dirt, immerse yourself so fully that there's simply no line between you and the task. To live in flow is to live every moment consciously. So the next time you do, even the smallest thing, put your phone aside, won't you? Capture your attention and let yourself get lost in the present moment. Because flow is the place where Ikigai breathes. And when you're in that space, the truest joy in the world is already within you. Chapter 5. Masters of Longevity, the secrets to living a long and fulfilling life. Imagine a place where folk in their 90s, even their hundreds, walk without canes, cook their own meals, and wake each morn with the smile of a child, where age is just a number and life feels like a fresh beginning every single day. Such a place exists, the Japanese island of Okinawa. This island isn't famous just for its beauty or the ocean surrounding it. It's known for something far more extraordinary. Here live some of the world's longest living people, centenarians who are not just surviving, but thriving. And the most surprising thing, most of them never go to doctors, never rely on expensive treatments, yet they remain healthy, happy, and purposeful. Why? Because they haven't just understood Ikigai, they live it. When a farmer, 102 years young, was asked why he still works in the fields, his answer sent shivers down the interviewer's spine. Because my vegetables still need me. Those words are powerful, aren't they? Here is a person who still feels useful, still believes he has a role to play in the world. What now? Ikigai. It isn't solely about having a career, you see. In Okinawa, the people, they aren't CEOs, influencers, or celebrities. No, they are carpenters, fishermen, gardeners, ordinary folk, doing ordinary work with extraordinary purpose. And their lives? Simple. Their homes may be small, but their hearts, they are vast. They don't overeat. They follow hara hachibu. Fill your stomach only 80%. They don't eat fast food or packaged snacks. They eat fresh, light, deeply connected to nature. Their day begins with the sunrise and ends gently before sunset. There's no constant rushing, no competition. Yet, every single person is active, alert, and fulfilled. And their biggest secret? Community. Okinawa's elders, they don't live alone. They belong to groups called moai, friendship circles where people support each other for life, whether in joy or in sickness, in celebrations or in struggles. No one is ever truly alone. Think about this. When an elder spends his evenings laughing with lifelong friends, when every morning he wakes up with a purpose, when his heart is filled with love instead of stress, how does it happen that his body falls sick, I wonder? Another common trait among centenarians, you see, is gratitude. They thank God each day for life's simple gifts, wouldn't you know? For them, every sunrise is a celebration, indeed. Every cup of tea is a blessing, a true blessing. This attitude carries them, it does, to a place where they're not merely surviving, they're living with joy. The elders of Okinawa teach us, you see, that longevity isn't solely determined by genetics. It's built, rather, on lifestyle. A lifestyle of simplicity, of emotional intelligence, and, most importantly, Ikigai. So, if you also wish to live a long, calm, and purposeful life, think like them. Turn your daily routine into a meditation. Prioritize your relationships. Cherish them. And every morning, ask yourself, why am I alive today? Because when you have a reason to live, age can never exhaust you. No, your body never truly grows old, and every single day becomes a precious gift. Chapter 6. Lessons from Japan's Centenarians, the priceless wisdom of a long life. Have you ever gazed into the eyes of a senior and perceived a singular glimmer? As if each wrinkle conceals a tale, and every silent moment bears a profound lesson. Now, picture individuals who have lived beyond a century, and yet their eyes still radiate with hope. Their steps, though measured, still exude assurance. In Okinawa and the other blue zones of Japan, when these centenarians are asked how they have lived such long and joyful lives, their answers aren't derived from books. Their wisdom is enveloped in simplicity. A woman, 104 years of age, once said, "Each morn I greet the sun and affirm to myself, today I shall do something of value." It may seem insignificant, but this small ritual sets the cadence for her entire day. When one rises with gratitude, life responds in kind. A man, 101 years of age, was asked to fear the worries. He chuckled and said, "When worries present themselves, I invite them for tea. Soon enough, they depart on their own." What a profound perspective indeed. In today's world, we often find ourselves broken under the weight of even the smallest of troubles. Wouldn't you agree? But these elders, they treat their worries like passing guests, don't they? Their lives teach us a valuable lesson. Happiness doesn't come from grand houses, fancy cars, or indeed, fat paychecks. It comes from meaning, connection, and an inner calling that no marketplace can ever sell. One of their greatest lessons, perhaps, is this: live lightly. Laugh often at the smallest of things. When you lose something, don't drown in regret. When you gain something, don't let ego take over. To them, every day is a gift, you see. Every task, sacred. A 102-year-old woman still kneads dough every single day. Her fingers tremble, ever so slightly. Her heart remains steady. She knows what she's creating, you see, carries love. And when love is present in work, age holds no power whatsoever. There's another remarkable thing about these elders. Connection. They never live alone. Every single day is intertwined with someone else. A neighbor, a friend, a letter from a grandchild perhaps, or just an evening chat under the stars. In today's digital age, we're often lost in screens and virtual ITs. But these elders believe in touch, eye contact, and real relationships. Even at 100, they keep learning. They never believe age is the end of growth, you see. As long as you're learning, you're alive, they say. And one of their most beautiful teachings: don't rush, but don't stop either. In other words, let life flow at its own pace. Don't race others, ever. Don't hold yourself back. Walk your journey with your own rhythm. So, if we truly desire long, peaceful, and balanced lives, we must embrace their simplicity, fill our lives with purpose, and above all, live every day with gratitude. Because perhaps the real secret of life isn't written in books. It's hidden in the quiet smiles of those who have lived it fully. Chapter 7. The Ikigai Diet. Eating habits of the world's longest living people. Imagine, if you will, if the way one eats could change not only one's health, but one's lifespan, mindset, and even one's happiness. This isn't some mere fantasy. It's reality in Okinawa and Japan's blue zones, where people live long, vibrant lives, without calorie-counting apps, diet charts, or gym memberships. So, what's their secret, you may ask? Do they eat special superfoods? Do they take expensive supplements? Or do they know an ancient mystery? Well, the truth is quite simple. Yes, they do have a secret, but it's not something you can buy in a store. No. Their secret comes from their mindset, their rituals, their culture. It's called the Ikigai diet. The first rule of their diet is simplicity itself. Their meals are colorful, yet modest. No heavy sauces, no excessive spices. Just what nature provides, fresh and pure. They eat rice, but in moderation. They eat vegetables, seasonal, local, and fresh. They consume soy products, tofu, miso soup, light on the stomach, nourishing for the body. But the most powerful principle they follow, Hawa-hachi-bu, this means, stop eating when you're 80% full. Whilst most of the world eats until their plates are empty, or their stomachs are stretched tight, these elders stop just before they're full. They see hunger not as an enemy, but as an awareness. When your stomach is 80% full, your body isn't overburdened. Digestion happens smoothly. You feel light, both physically and mentally. In contrast, how do most of us eat? TV blaring in the background, phones in our hands, attention scattered. But in Okinawa, meals are sacred. Each bite is taken mindfully. They thank the farmers who grew the food. They honor the hands that cooked it. They are grateful for the life that allows them to eat it all. When food becomes an act of gratitude, every meal becomes healing. Their diet, you see, is rich in anti-inflammatory foods. Leafy greens, seaweeds, sweet potatoes, and fermented vegetables, all of which nurture the gut like pure gold. And they drink green tea. It's not just a simple beverage for them, no. It's a ritual, filled with antioxidants. This simple tea detoxifies the body, calms the mind, and gives them a quiet, gentle energy. In Okinawan homes, ready-to-eat culture simply doesn't exist. Cooking isn't a chore, it's meditation. Chopping vegetables, stirring pots, serving meals, every step is done mindfully. And when any routine is done with presence, even cooking becomes spiritual. So, think about it. What are you eating? How are you eating? And most importantly, why are you eating? The Ikigai diet teaches us, food isn't just for satisfying hunger. It's fuel for the body, the mind, and the soul. The day we reconnect with our food, our lives, I assure you, will flow differently. So, next time you sit to eat, don't just fill your plate, fill your heart. Savor every single bite. Feel thankful. Give your body what it truly deserves. Because when you fall in love with your food, your life begins falling in love with you too. Chapter 8. Gentle Movements for a Longer Life. How small actions keep you young and active. Have you ever seen, perhaps, a centenarian tending to their garden with loving care? Or a grandmother each morn kneading dough? Her hands moving slowly, yet oh so gracefully. Never complaining, never stopping. The body, yes, it may age, but should there be movement within that body, it becomes the most exquisite portrait of life itself. In Okinawa, the elders imparted something invaluable, you see. To live long, you needn't frequent the gymnasium, lift weighty burdens, or run marathons. You need gentle movement. Small, slow actions that keep the body active and indeed alive. These elders, they don't adhere to complicated exercise regimens. They don't practice yoga, nor do they engage in push-ups. But they move. They tend to their gardens, you see. They sweep their homes. They sit on the floor and rise without support. Throughout the day, they perform dozens of small tasks that keep their joints loose and their muscles flexible. A 96-year-old woman knits hats for her granddaughter every day. Her hands move gently and slowly, but in those movements lies her Ikigai. Her body is working, and her mind is at peace. In Okinawa, the elders keep their spines straight. A straight back means a clear mind, they say. Every gesture is mindful. They sit with care. They stand with awareness. Because they understand that life exists in the details, not in the rush. In our modern world, we're taught fast is powerful. But their lives whisper, slow is sustainable. They sit on the floor to eat, drink tea and rest. And each time they rise, they gently challenge their bodies. This daily routine keeps them strong. We, on the other hand, look for shortcuts everywhere. Elevators instead of stairs, machines instead of hands, fast food instead of home cooking. But they do everything themselves. They wash their own clothes, cut their own vegetables, clean their own homes. Not for exercise, but because it's their way of life. Their belief is simple. A body that doesn't move breaks. So they walk every day, not fast, but steadily. And they rarely walk alone. They walk with their moi, their lifelong friends, chatting, laughing, healing both their bodies and their hearts. Now think about us. We wake up and sit in a chair. We drive to work. We sit in front of a screen, and then we collapse into bed at night. No movement. Then we wonder, why does our back hurt? Why does our mind feel heavy? Perhaps the answer is simple. Our bodies were made to move, not to freeze. Ikigai movements remind us, fitness isn't about six-pack abs. It's about having the strength to do life's daily tasks joyfully, without exhaustion. So next time, before you press the elevator button, look at the stairs. Before postponing a task, try doing it with your own hands. Because it's these small, gentle movements that lay the foundation for a long, meaningful life. So, dear friends, throughout this beautiful journey, we've discovered, haven't we, that simply living life just ain't quite enough. We must live life purposefully. We've learned that Ikigai isn't some mere luxury. It's a necessity, wouldn't you agree? It's that very reason that pulls you right out of bed each morning. It's the work you do, not for the money, mind you, but for the peace it brings to your very heart. It's that relationship, that habit, that mindset that gives you your own identity in a world just full of noise. Ikigai teaches us that true happiness doesn't hide in big achievements. No, not at all. It lives in the small, everyday moments we often ignore. A warm cup of tea, an old friend's laugh, the morning sunlight streaming into your room, or a new bud blooming in your garden. Wouldn't you agree? When we find flow in our work, meaning in our relationships, respect in our food, and gratitude in every single day, the Ikigai stops being just a concept. It becomes a way of life, doesn't it? So today, let me ask you this. Will you simply let your life keep running as it is? Or is it time perhaps to pause and ask yourself, what is my Ikigai? Because the day you find your answer, you won't merely survive anymore. You'll truly begin to live. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button with all your heart. And if you haven't yet subscribed, do subscribe now. Because every week, we bring you life-changing summaries such as this one. In the comments, tell us, have you ever felt your Ikigai? And if not, are you ready to start searching for it? We'll see you in the next video with a new book and a new perspective. Until then, know yourself, live fully, and feel your Ikigai. Thank you for watching.